Everybody said it was innocent. It's just candy. It's just cute costumes. But something deep inside my spirit whispered, is it really? So with this whisper stuck in my head, I just had to do a deep dive and figure out what Halloween truly is. And what I found out? Stick around and find out. Back in Zimbabwe, we never celebrated Halloween. October 31st was just any other day. No witches, no skeletons, no ghosts on people's lawn. In fact, if you were seen with these things, let's say you will be called one of the members of the night. Ha. So when I saw how big it was here in Canada, I thought to myself, maybe that's life in the North. Just fit in. Guys, things got real when I gave birth to my first son. When he was a baby and Halloween would come around the corner, I just couldn't get him to dress up or go trick-or-treating. I told myself he's still a baby. He doesn't know any better yet, so I have time. But now he is 4 and he has questions. He sees the decorations in stores, at school, and just basically all around him. And this is when I realized that my time for rhyming is up. I had to address the elephant in the room. So I went on a deep dive to really figure out, and I prayed and I asked God, please reveal the truth for me, even if it's uncomfortable. I need to know. When I started my research, I found stories I couldn't unhear. I saw facts that sent me deeper into conviction. And here they are. Fact number 1. Halloween is a celebration of darkness and witchcraft. Although many, including myself at some point, viewed Halloween as innocent, there's also this other spectrum where Halloween is viewed as a sacred day by witches, warlocks, Satanists. Among my research, I stumbled across videos from former Satanists, witches, and warlocks that had this to say about Halloween. Now listen closely.
You being in Satanism and God delivering you from that. What are your thoughts on that?
October 31st is like the ultimate day. It's like Christians, Easter, and Christmas all rolled in together.
Wait, that's an interesting way to put it. Christians' Christmas and Easter put together. That's a big celebration. That's a big day.
The celebration usually starts at dusk and goes on. The golden hour is 11 p.m. to midnight. That's when the most demonic forces are out and about and active. People should not participate in any way, shape, or form because you are worshiping the devil. There is no two ways about it. I mean, he's real happy that Christians allow their kids to serve him one night of the year.
Next video we'll be watching is from John Ramirez, an ex-satanic high priest who served the devil for 25 years.
I never said this before, but this candy, people from different walks of life pray over these candies. Witchcraft, they pray over the candies. You're knocking on people's door. You don't know the person that you're knocking on, she's a witch. Okay, you don't know she's a witch. She's doing Wicca. She's practicing New Age, and you're knocking on her door, and
Candy.
you coming in legal rights of this witch or this warlock. This person's practicing this stuff, giving you this kind of candy. Now you're taking that stuff home. You put that stuff into your body.
Guys, these people are real. Take time to look them up. Get to know their stories. They're quite eye-opening. The next story we'll be watching is from Rian. He was an ex-satanic leader.
Halloween is the highest day on the satanic calendar. It is the most probably important day on the satanic calendar. It's considered a high day.
A high day. Just like the other ex-satanists said, Christmas and Easter combined.
It is also the night of the year where there is the most human sacrifice on the whole planet.
The most human sacrifices on the planet. Let that sink in. As believers, we should ask ourselves this question. Should we celebrate in a day that the kingdom of darkness holds sacred? If we open our Bible, Ephesians 5 verse 11 says, "Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them." Because the spiritual world is real, what we entertain can either bring the presence of God or the influence of the enemy. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. Which leads us to point number 2. Halloween's values oppose God's character. Now hear me out. Halloween glorifies fear, death, and evil. Characters completely opposite to the kingdom of God that celebrates life, light, and faith. Walk through any neighborhood on October 31st, or even just the month of October. You see ghosts, graves, decorations of witches, and rarely do you see anything that reflects purity, light, and happiness. I think this point is quite self-explanatory, but let's open the Bible. Isaiah 5 verse 20. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. Therefore, when we celebrate fear in the name of fun, we align with the spirit that contradicts God's very nature. And for me, it's just not worth it. That brings us to point number 3, the origins of Halloween. For this one, we're gonna go on the History Channel's page. It's a neutral source. They don't identify as Christian or the other side. So let's see what they have to say. Halloween's origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. This day marks the end of summer and the harvest, and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of the year that was often associated with human death. The Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth. To commemorate this event, Druids built huge sacred bonfires where people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes typically made of animal heads and skins and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. Guys, even these origins deeply remain spiritual. Not at all innocent. If Halloween's foundation is fear, darkness, evil, and superstition, no amount of candy or costumes can purify its meaning. Why are we celebrating the very things that Jesus came to conquer? With this in mind, I made a decision. As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Halloween just felt like it was becoming a compromise. So we decided to let it go and focus on other things. This season taught me that as a mom, it's okay to deep dive and research on things that I do not understand. Because these kids that we are raising, we are meant to be their guides here on earth. So if I get them to start compromising at an earlier age or start celebrating things that have two spectrums, good and evil, but seemingly Halloween, you see more of the evil. When you go in shops around the neighborhood, it's more of the evil side that's being glorified. I just couldn't continue going on. In the next video, I will go over how we decided to approach the month of October. Because I do know the stance that we took as a family is not the popular one. But I also do not want my kids to miss out or feel isolated. So we got that covered. God helped us to come up with a plan, and we'll share it in the next video.